Hello, I'm Czardus. Grab some coffee and get cozy as we build in RimWorld. Now, if you are not familiar with RimWorld, it is basically a story generator where you play a game and a whole bunch of stuff happens and you deal with it, and it creates a story that you can really enjoy. So I view it as a cozy game. A lot of people don't. It can have a lot of action if you're at a higher difficulty level, and I don't like to play that way. I like to play it in a very more relaxed builder, crafty builder type approach. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to get started on a new series that is going to use the Medieval Overhaul mod. But before we do that, just a quick word, this video is brought to you by the sponsor, my Discord server. So be sure to join the Discord server to talk about the series and other stuff that I'm working on. Go to discord.me/Czardus to join. But anyway, we're going to do New Colony. And we're going to do Tavern Owner. It says the walls of a city were never reassuring. Neither was the bustle of urban life that could suck the soul out of a given time, whatever that word is. I don't know. I have a law degree, and yet I don't know what that word is. But anyway, what opportunities you could find were unsuitable for you for so many reasons. One, a lack of fitness, while another, a lack of heartlessness. It was this environment that told you to leave, but with but raw materials and simple tools to fashion your dream. For you aspired to a home out in the wilderness, a hearth that could welcome many a weary and worn traveler, rogue or hero. It would shelter them all. With hope comes risk, and this was one you could not ignore. Reports from the local garrison indicated an increased bandit presence, and crime was on the rise. Even with the most careful preparations, a criminal would most likely follow your trail. But you took the leap of faith and stepped across the threshold of the city. With wilderness ahead and treachery behind, you march away. Optimism and worry cloud your brow. Your faction will be a new tavern. You start with 3 people. And we will have all of this stuff too. So this sounds really good. This mod really keeps it as medieval. We're going to do an adventure story because we are an experienced RimWorld player who wants some breathing room to pursue funny or weird goals. That is fitting. We're going to do Cassandra Classic. These are different storytellers that determine the frequency and intensity of attacks that you have. And we're going to do reload anytime because I'm a content creator and I like to do stuff like that to make things more compelling. But anyway, we're going to do next. And we're going to randomize the seed. If anybody is wondering, we are doing the seed Barbarian. And we will do global coverage. The planet is always the same diameter. We could go bigger than that. Yeah, we want 50% generated, I think. Yeah, just to have more, like a bigger world. We can handle that. And I'm going to go in and remove all of the base game tribes and things, which I believe is all of that. I'm also going to remove the insect gene line, which are things that spawn from the ground, and the hornets. I don't think either of those would be very things. Oh, and the mechanoid hide. We're not going to do those, but we will have all of these from the Medieval Overhaul mod, and we'll go ahead and generate. So yeah, you can see here really quick the mods that are in use right here, and you can see we are not doing any of the DLCs. We're only doing the core content and then the mods that I have selected for this. If you know of other mods that would be really useful, then please leave a comment below, or, join that Discord server that I mentioned earlier. Anyway, I'm going to let this load. Okay, so the map generated, and it's a great looking map. Look at how big this is, first of all. And there's lots and lots of factions, and I've already picked our spot. So what we're going to do is we're going to come up here to north. I want to do a boreal forest because I want the pine trees and stuff like that. I usually play on temperate, and I want something a little different. So that's what we're going to do. There's also this new dark forest here, which it says is an ancient wilderness, tall like no other, and there's dark tales about this area. Nobody survived. So I don't think we want to do that one. But instead, I think we're going to do right here And the reason is we're going to assume that we came from the House Oswin, one of their cities, and we found this spot in between, and it's on the lake, or like not the lake, a small creek that feeds into this river, and maybe we're trying to set up a path between these two spots, and so that is where we're going to be. It also will give us an option of maybe exploring something in some of these other biomes as we go as well. But for now, we're going to go with this, and we'll hit next, and then we can start picking our people. I'm going to do this off camera, but what I'm basically looking for is somebody who's got a double passion in shooting, like this person does, and then we'll find somebody with a double passion in cooking and really good construction score, and then also I care about plants as well in the beginning. The rest of it, I'm pretty... Oh, and we need somebody who has, you know, at least a little bit of medical skill so that we can heal things as well. This person might actually be a pretty good choice here. They're greedy, so they want something really impressive, and they're a little bit ugly, but that's all right. And they're slowpoke. But their backstory is they had overprotective parents, encouraged her to stay at home nearly every day. Though she had a lot of time to read and pursue crafting hobbies, she never developed normal social skills. Okay. But she has a really good crafting, which will be useful, and really good cooking and good shooting skills. I think we're going to keep them. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to do the other two off camera. Okay, we've got our three here. So we have Meki, of course, who was the one we talked about before. Then I chose Duffy, who is really good at melee combat, which I think will be good in Medieval here. But also they're going to be our gardener. Very good with plants. And also it gives us a 4 in medical and a 5 in social, which will be useful in other ways as well. But really, Duffy is going to be the gardener. That's what we're after here. And Ernest is going to be our builder. Now, the downside to Ernest is he has this Czardus addiction, which is a drug in the game. And so we have to be careful with that. But he does have a good social skill and intellectual, but really that's all about the construction. And these are good traits too. An undergrounder, he's not going to care about being in the dark or inside a lot. He will be unhappy outside, which will be a problem with construction, but that's all right. We can work with that. It's not going to be a huge deal. And he's a jogger, which will give him a little bit of a faster speed to make up for Meki, who is the slowpoke. And of course, he can also fight, which is a good thing to do. Okay, starting. Okay, here we are. This just reads the same thing that we already read earlier on, and we can come in here. Okay, so first of all, what do we have? We have Meki is our shooter, right? Yeah. Okay, so we want Meki to have the short bow. Duffy is the melee person, so we're going to give them probably the iron hatchet. Melee is 6.38 per second, while the iron knife is 5.85. Okay, Duffy gets the hatchet. Ernest gets the knife. Let's go ahead and get them to do those things. Okay, and then we're going to set all of this to allow. Let's see, where is that? Allow all of those things and all of these things and like pretty much anything you find, guys. You are allowed to use them. Okay, now let's take a look at the map. We've got the creek through here. Very good. We don't have a path. That is fine. We have, this is probably going to be something we don't want to touch because it has this wall around there. That probably means that if we mine in there, it will generate some problem. We don't have a whole lot of hills or things to break down. There's a beehive up there, which could eventually turn into honey. I want to get fishing along here, and there's battering ram. Attack this to destroy it. Various things there. There's a wild fly agaric. To look into that a little bit. Unusual silver formation, too. Okay, so we are... This is a marsh. Trying to think of defense a little bit when I'm thinking about where we're going to go. And also, let's see, we've got fertile land. 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 We up here. This is probably where we're going to want our garden, or like our main crop growing. And that's marshy in there. I think we're going to build in here, which is good because we can use this as well. What do we have here? That is a bone sarcophagus. I think we can go ahead and deconstruct that pretty quick. But what I want to do is structure. We're going to do, well, let's see, tent. We can't do either of those. We don't have the leather. Palisade would be good. I think I want Tudor wall. We would need a wood plank, which I don't think we're going to get that anytime soon. I think we're going to just want raw wood, log wall. Yeah, no usable materials yet. But oh, actually, we do have wood planks. How do we produce wood planks? Let's take a look here. That is probably here, the trestle. So we're going to need that so that we can turn raw wood into planks. But then we could do log walls capable of holding up a roof. I think we start with it. Yes, okay, it won't even let me click on it because we don't have anything cut down. Let's go ahead and cut down some stuff then. Chop some wood, guys. And let's here, just queue all of that up. And we're also going to come in here, and I like to do all of these: firefight, patient, doctor, bed rest, and basic as level 1 priority. And then we're going to get some of these things set to 2, and actually we're going to just come through like that. There's just one person on each of these, so like really a lot of that's not going to matter too much. What do I think is most important? I think cooking is important. Hunting, I mean, these guys, yeah, let's keep that like that. Fishing is pretty low on here, but we're going to get that to a higher priority too. Okay, that should all be fine. Let's go ahead and unpause, and let's create a zone. We're going to have a dumping stockpile zone for now. We'll just put that over here. And that can take like all of our stuff. We're going to come in here, and I want to tell it no food, although no, it can put rotten food, but not fresh food. It can put raw resources in there. And chunks and corpses, yeah. Okay, so they should go right in and haul a lot of that over there. That's going to give us some logs. And now we can come in and get our log wall. So what I want to do right away is I want to get them a shelter. We'll put a wooden door in here. What is a rustic door? Wood plank. Nothing different about them. Okay. And then we'll get wooden wall along here. And we'll put a door here as well. And that'll be our first shelter. Alright, so the first day is almost up. They are finishing up the shelter, and we're going to right away go to furniture. And I want... Oh, we don't have any, like, good beds here. Rustic furniture. Ah, here we go. Rustic furniture. We can do fur bed, straw, wicker. Let's do log bed. Really, really basic beds. 1, 2, 3. So that'll give them a bed, and then we can get a rustic torch in here, which will provide a small amount of heat. And most importantly, a little bit of light as well. They're going to build that. They're going to clean up a tiny bit. We've got a little bit of hay there. Alright, so we've got a little light in there. They've got a bed. Very good. So they'll each... Oh, let's go ahead and just assign these. Set owner, Duffy, Ernest, and Becky. Alright, so that will get them to go to sleep. Then we can start thinking about what we're going to do tomorrow. I think what we'll do, first of all, let's come into schedule, and we're going to let them have a little bit of recreation. Not like that. Sleep in there. Okay. So what I want then is we're going to set a zone over here. Growing zone. I'm going to pause and turn on this. And we're going to put growing zone in all of this. So it maximizes the speed at which anything we plant will grow here. Like that. Okay, and then what we want to plant here, let's see, what can we plant? There are probably new things here. We can do flaps. I don't think I want that. I think we're going to focus on rice. It will grow the fastest and give us the most food to get started. So then we're going to need a refrigerator, which is probably going to be a problem because we don't have any power. Temperature, what can we do? We can do a passive cooler, an ice chest, insulated chest to store ice, and passively refrigerate the surrounding environment. How do we make ice, though? Interesting. Production. I'm going to figure this out. Okay, so what I found is, first of all, we're going to need a spot to store ice. So we're going to need an ice cellar. A lot of this is not going to matter until winter anyway, because we can't really do anything, but you can do that. And then production, we want a wooden ice block mold, which will allow us to freeze water. We probably need a water gathering spot, so we need to gather water there. And I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and put this over here. And then, so that will be our water gathering, and then we want to then eventually have an ice chest where they can do some of that. But in the meantime, we don't have a way that we're going to do, not efficient enough to, yeah, we can't refrigerate any food during the summer because we don't have any ice. So that is one thing we're going to have to pay attention to. I think right away we need to get a trestle going, because we're going to want to have a lot of planks. So what we're going to do is get a sawmill set up, I think. And I think this should be the refrigerator eventually. What is this one? Emerald deposit. That'll be pretty good. But I think over here, let's focus maybe out this way, because we could eventually be growing trees. Well, I guess it doesn't matter right now. We're going to get the wooden trestle here. Yeah, it'll have a bad work penalty. What do we need to build that? Planks. Yeah, I mean, wait, we need planks to build the trestle? Interesting. We'll want a stone cutter block too, but for now, the first priority is going to be getting the rice sown and getting the plank production going. Because, do we have any planks? Yeah, we have 230 planks right now. Here they are. All right, so Duffy is already working on this, and we got fleawort, useful herb for medicine. Okay, great. Glad to have that. That's this thing here. Okay. So they're going to put a bunch of stuff there. We've got silver, which probably should be put inside in like a safe spot at some point. Mindwort. That's probably another medicine. Strong elipsers. Yeah, we're going to have a lot to try to learn about in this mod. Okay. Here we want to come in here and we are going to make timber. What is the difference here? Raw wood. Yeah, we want make timber times 40. And we're going to do this until we have, say, 150. Pause when satisfied. And then restart when we get down to 25. Okay, so that gives us the timber production. Here we're getting our rice production going. Very good. What is this one? Oh, that's the Czardus. That deteriorating? It is. Good. I want that to deteriorate, but I think we should get some indoor storage going. So we're going to come in here to structure, and I wonder, what is the difference between a wooden log wall? Max hit points is 260, and the wooden wall is 195. So the log wall is a little bit stronger. Interesting. We'll go ahead and do that. And I want a door here. No, a door here because yeah, we're going to bring this right like that. And then this is going to be our indoor storage. I want to claim that, and I want to move this over here just to get a little bit of better decor in there. And I want to haul these things out of the bedroom. And then I want to set up a stockpile zone in here. And this is going to be our main storage. We can go ahead and put like a whole bunch of stuff in here. Raw resources. I don't think we want a lot of those in here. But everything else can go in there for now. And that'll be indoor storage. Okay, day 2 is completed, and we achieved getting all of the rice planted. We got our storage up and running, and we have this going. We have minor risk potential on Meki, who has a bunch of stuff that she's mad about. She wants a nicer bedroom, which, of course, I mean, it makes sense. But we need to think about what we're going to do in the next day. What animals do we have here? There's plenty of predators, which I don't really like being present, but there's not much we can do about it right now. I think what I want to do is start thinking about the layout of our little home. I think this would be our main gathering spot. And maybe we build out. Can we build on... That's not what I want. I want the strength of the ground. Terrain affordance. I don't think we can build on the marsh. But I want to find out. Nope, we can't build on the marsh. Okay, but we can build out this way. A little bit at least. And I think we'll get bedrooms out over here. So we'll go ahead and start getting some of that built. Let's go like that, and we'll get a hallway. Let's see, how big do we have here? That's pretty good. We can come in here. Nope, 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 that's not going to work. This is the size of a bedroom that I like, right there. I think we go a different direction, though, so we're going to bring this out. That should work. It's actually a little bit bigger than I usually do. That's 2, and then we'll get one more in here, and this can be our hallway. This one will kind of be a different shaped room. Go like that, that, and that. And then we'll bring the hallway down like this. Maybe make it a little bit wider. And put a door over there. So that'll be the next task for tomorrow. We'll let them build that. So the game is pointing out that we need a meal source, and so I'm starting to think about cooking. And one thing about cooking is that if we go to production, the rustic cooking table requires granite blocks. So we're going to need to create stone cutting. And we can do stone cutter's block. Production here is low, so that is probably similar to the table. But the table requires iron ingot, so we're going to do this. And we'll do stone cutting, I guess, down here. It makes sense to do it over here. I want to come in and we'll do zone. I want a fishing zone. And we'll put that like there. So people are assigned to fishing. They should go down there to go fishing. And we'll get, well, let's move this actually over here, closer to the thing. We're going to take that one out. So that's outside. It's going to have a penalty for that, but it also is going to have a penalty because it is a, like, really, you know, it's not the table. It's just a thing outside. And then while we're at it, let's go ahead and get a butcher block. So, well, no, we'll wait on that. We have a visitor. Somebody from House Rotsmont. And they have a few things to trade. Very good. Who is our trader? So trader is our warden, which is Duffy. Where's our... Here they come. Lover. Okay. Come up here and trade with Lover. You have heal... we have heal root that you might want. Rot's Feast. I don't think I want your food. We don't have much gold. I don't think I want any of your stuff just yet. Marine stuff, that should not be available. But whatever. Okay, yeah, I don't think I want any of your stuff, but just to get the trade that we have traded, I'm going to sell you some heal root. Okay, Duffy's already fishing, which is great. And we need to figure out where we're going to put a little kitchen. Eventually, the refrigerator is going to be here, so I think the kitchen should be, yeah, maybe like right in here. This needs to get hauled so it's not blocked. We're like not keeping the door wide open. We did not quite finish the bedrooms today, but that's okay. I think we will come in here, and if we want a, what's brewery? Station for beer production, okay. And then that's all in there. Mending bench is for making clothing and stuff. We want the cooking table. Drying rack to dry goods. That might be good. Okay, let's get, we're gonna get, yeah, we don't have, oh, we need the granite blocks. Okay. Did this get built yet? Nope. Okay, we're gonna let some time go by. House Rotsmont gave us plasteel, which I'm not really sure how they have it. I didn't think plasteel would be available, but also I have a feeling we can't do anything with it, so there's that as well. But anyway, we're making progress on building everything. Ernest is kind of in a bad mood because he apparently hit on Meki and she did not respond well to it, but that's all right. We are getting a little bit of better stuff here. I'm going to move this away from the beds. So there's just a little bit more space there. There we go. And we've got one bed done. Who is the one? Okay, there's Mad Hair. We're going to deal with that in a moment. Meki is the one who wants the nicest bedroom, which I think will be that one. It's the biggest. So we will put Meki right in there. And the Mad Hare is going to attack everybody it sees. So we're going to put Duffy on that. Duffy is really good at melee. And she can come up here and get the Mad Hare. We'll slow down and see that combat take place. As Duffy comes up here, just chop them up with your iron hatchet. You got a couple bites, you're bleeding a tiny bit, nothing exciting there. Can allow them to use the bunny, but we don't really have a way to cook it at all yet anyway. So now we can speed up. Ernest is done with this stone cutter block. We're going to make, yeah, any stone blocks. Sure. Do until you have 50. And pause when you have 25. Now, was that what we need? We need granite blocks. Where are we going to get granite blocks? I don't think we have any granite. We have clay, limestone, marble wall, dark wall. Okay. But I don't think we have any granite anywhere around here. That's limestone. So how are we going to build the rustic cooking table? Maybe we can change the type of block once we have some blocks. So we'll let this go for a little bit and see what happens there. Okay, it worked. We have limestone blocks, so now we can build the rustic cooking table. And I do think, okay, so we're going to build the stretcher. And I think what we'll do is, It doesn't make sense to go like that. I think it just makes sense to come right across like here. And what is this? Iron wall. Okay. I think what we'll do is we'll just do a log wall here, even though eventually I want it a little bit more stable there. And we'll get the kitchen here. Get a wooden door there and there. And then we can bring that over, and this can be, well, I don't know what that'll be actually. Think about that just a little bit. We'll figure that out, but we'll get the cooking right in here. So that will be wood-fueled oven, which also means we might have a fire at some point, but that will be our start there. And, oh, these other rooms are done. Let's move this one over here. I think they can still get in that bed. I guess we'll find out. Move your beds, please. Meki hopefully has... No, you still don't have the impressive bedroom, so even though you have the biggest, you're not super happy. Whatever. It is what it is. Ernest is making our cooking table, which is good because our rice is growing pretty quickly. And I don't know, did we catch any fish? We have this hay, which is good. We have meat, yeah, what kind of... We have fish, very good. Okay, so... At the cooking table, we're going to set Bill. Oh, we can tell it what kind of fuel we want. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Cooking. I want... Wow, there's a ton of options here. We're going to cook simple meals. Because we can do what... like, we can do all kinds of stuff here. And we only need one of each thing. Yeah, don't use the human meat or insect meat. Fine. Okay, so that is good. We're going to do this until you have 20 meals, and pause when you get down to 5. So now we have a way to cook. And that will be good. We have meat sitting somewhere in here. Look at that. We've got Poppy there. Hey, look. Okay, what do I want this to be called? Okay, through a mix of randomizing and thinking, I came up with, we have the faction is called the Green River Taverns, and this will be the Lagoon Inn. So we'll just go ahead and do that. So that is good, and I still don't see any fish over here. Berries. You're taking the berries to go cook. I think we should go ahead and get the refrigerator kind of set up here. So we're going to come in here, and I want to haul all of that stuff out of the way. Ancient Troll. Okay. Will they attack me? Lumbering Giant. Wow, look at all that meat. Troll Leatherhide. Wildness is 100%. Can't be trained, so we can't get them on our side. Yeah, 100% of that. 100%. Yeah, okay. Ancient Troll does count as a predator, so it might hunt us. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up an area, or double check our area, manage areas. Where is home? Okay, everybody's only allowed to be near the home area right now, so that we can run away very quickly if needed. And, Ernest, when you are done building that, I would like you to build over here. Oh, there's the troll. The troll came very quickly. Yeah, let's just let the troll walk right by. Nobody bother the troll. Hopefully he does not become hungry. And they will leave. I don't like that the troll is staying around. But anyway, we're going to bring this over like that. And then we'll get another door here. So then this table, we're going to claim it. And I don't really want it in here. Let's uninstall it. It's summertime. Very good. And I do want to come in here and deconstruct all of those walls along with that one. And then we're going to claim and reinstall these in different spots. So the urns will give us a little bit of a bonus. That is a very tiny room. Okay, and Duffy, you're not moving your bed over there? Why not? No, that is not your room. It can't be your room. Apparently it does not want the bed to go there, so we're going to reinstall there. And I guess what we'll do is we'll put the urn over there and see if that works. Here, Duffy, first of all, move. Ernest, do you have to be the one to do that? No, none of them are doing it. Okay, whatever. Our little food pantry is almost done. And when it is, we will mark this as the pantry. Need defenses. Yes, I am aware of that. Security, we don't have a ton of additional stuff. We could do like a trench, which would slow down people, but for now, we're just kind of relying on what we can do. We've got our little home there. I think things are coming together. And right after I said that, we have a raid coming in. The Green Meyer, what is it? Green... Where? Oh, come on. It doesn't say where you're from. Well then, okay, you are attacking. That's what matters. You're coming in here. You're attacking us with your iron pickaxe. We're going to draft everybody, since you're attacking immediately. And we're just going to come together. First of all, come over here. Everybody meet together. And we're going to go attack. Well, actually, I guess we'll wait for them to come to us. We can hide in here. Yeah, Meki will get a good shot there. You two go right on out. Melee attack. And as soon as they fall, we're going to try to capture them, I think. Nobody's hurt yet. Very good. Okay. Very, very good. And we have... What do you have? You're a brigand thug. You're guilty of... You're a good shot. You're good with animals, which is something we're lacking. And an intellectual. Ascetic. You are forsaken physical comforts. You don't want a very nice room. Okay, very good. We can do that. Duffy's bed got moved. We want furniture. I just want a sleeping spot in the main room for now. Set to prisoners. And Ernest, you can go ahead and capture. Actually, no, who is our doctor? I think that's Duffy. Duffy's the doctor? Yeah. Which, by the way, I set Duffy to self-tend. Okay. And you all can be undrafted. Let's set this again. Capture Hobbs. And we can use that pickaxe. Everybody go back to work, and we'll see what happens. Alright, the food storage room is done. We're going to go ahead and set this up. And expand all the way like that. And then I'm going to rename this food storage. Okay, and then in storage, we want to clear everything because I don't want any rotten food. And then we're going to just go like that and also select animal corpses. And then we'll go over here and we're going to tell it that we don't want any food anymore. So now all the food should get moved over here so that it's really close to the kitchen. And we can get rustic furniture. I guess we'll get a wall torch in here. And so we have a little bit of light, and we'll get another one here. Hobbs, we want to come over here and tell you to recruit. Don't have very much resistance, so that's good. And this food is all going to go bad. So we want to, let's come in here. Production, we do want a butchering block. Do we have a better butcher block? Not really. Butcher spot or butcher block? I think we'll just go ahead and put a butcher block in here, so that it's in a different room. And then we can get another torch here. Go like that, and we're going to put a door here as well. And I think eventually this hallway is going to come along this way. Or maybe just down here, and we'll get... Well, I guess we could come right off of the meeting area. Major break risk. Meki, you are at risk of having... Oh, you're recreation starved. Okay, what can we do for recreation? Horseshoe pin, cup and dice might be good, but let's go ahead and just get this in here. Put that right over there. And Ernest, prioritize that. Oh, that's outside of our home. Prioritize it. We need recreation. Meki, come and play. Oh, it won't let you. You're doing it anyway. Very good. All right, so now the rice is almost done. I'm very excited. And hopefully we're prepping well enough for the winter. We're going to go ahead and come in here and have a wooden ice block mold. We'll put that over here. We'll get 3 of them set up, and then also I want an ice cellar here pretty quickly. And then in this room, we're going to set an ice chest. And we'll put it here. No. Turn it this way. So all of that will make that room be more efficient next summer. Hobbs is getting a little bit more welcome. Now, I want to pay attention to how hot those rooms get. Actually, they're a little bit cooler. We'll get torches in their rooms then. Hopefully we won't have any fire happen, but it is a possibility. We'll put a passive cooler here as well, just to help keep everything be an okay temperature. Here comes our rice. We've got simple meal. It will spoil, so we don't want to eat, or like, we don't want to make too much at once. And in fact, we probably made too much already. I'm going to come in here and lower this. Do until you have 10. Okay, now what else can we do? We're going to want more production. Let me think about this. So I think what I want to do is I want to get brick going so that we can build stuff along here. And the nice thing about brick is that you can do it from clay. And we're going to create this digging spot. And we're going to put it like right over here because it feels like it would be a realistic spot to be digging and making clay. So we're going to put that there. That's going to produce, or like bring out, it's going to bring out clay. And then the clay can be turned into bricks with the kiln. And we'll go ahead and just put the kiln right here. And we'll get a small storage area right around here. And this is going to have, clear that, and we're going to do plant, it wouldn't be plant matter, it would be stone blocks. We want clay blocks, and we want raw ore, nope, clay right here. So those are the only things that will be here. And here, with the digging spot, we're going to dig clay, and we're going to do until you have, here, actually, change this, clay pile. So we're going to click here, we're going to go do until you have say 50 in the clay pile. Look in clay pile, Pause when you get to 0. And then take to clay pile. So now somebody will come down at some point and dig in there. I don't know, probably the crafter? No, miner maybe? Dig earth at digging spot, yep. So Ernest will have to do that when he's not building, which will be fine. There should be plenty of stuff for him to do there. He will have to build a little bit of stuff over here, but that's alright. Chunks of a spacecraft have landed nearby. I guess we'll leave that there. It might give us components, but for now I think we'll just let it sit there. And the butcher block is done, so we're going to come in here and tell it to go ahead and butcher creature do forever. So as long as there's a creature needing to be butchered, we will do it. And then Ernest is digging out the clay. We've got a little bit of clay here. Okay, and when he's done, hopefully he'll build this, which we need 120 granite blobs? We're not going to get granite. I don't want a granite kiln. What can we build it out of? Where did that go? I don't want granite. I want a limestone kiln. Right there. There we go. 120 limestone blobs. So we're going to need to make limestone, which should happen. I think we already have some. We have 60. Need to get this up higher. Go up to 150. We can haul the rest of that. Very good. Got a lot of rice. How long will the rice be good for? 39 days. That's not going to be good enough. Another grizzly bear hunting us? Duffy, where are you? Where's the grizzly? Okay. Alright, another thing we're going to do really quick is we're going to go in and manage areas. We're going to rename this Area 1 to Inside. And we're going to define it as inside the building where it is safe. Come all the way over here and get the bedrooms. Alright, you can do anything you want inside the house. Everybody, run inside. Get away from the bear. Oh, there goes our cat. Well, we didn't talk about the cat, but we had a cat. It's being eaten by a bear. Goodbye, Flo. I'm sorry. I did not protect you well enough. We've got soft fur hide here. It needs to be processed into tanned leather. So for that, we want, production, rawhide rack. Let's go ahead and put that out here. Did the bear leave? It's still here, but it shouldn't be hungry anymore. I think we can get outside, but stay in the home area, guys. Okay. It will get hungry at some point, but hopefully not for a little while. Okay, so now this is going processes rawhide. Very good. Ernest, are you taking that rawhide? Excellent. How long will... okay, that's a good temperature. It's an ideal temperature. Running slowly. Do we need another one then? Spoils in 4 days. I guess we'll get another one. And at some point we'll, have to move those. But for now, it'll be fine. That should work. And then we've got bone here. What can we do with bone? Can be made into weapons and armor and art. Alright. I'm really concerned about this grizzly. I don't like having the grizzly there, but it is what it is. I'm anxious for this limestone kiln to get made. Who is crafting? Duffy, but Duffy is very busy with growing. and recruiting and like doing a whole bunch of other stuff. Hobbs, how close are you? 2 days. We're going to need to build you a bedroom. So what I've been waiting for is I want to build brick wall because I want to have hearths in their bedrooms so that they are nice and warm at night. I don't think we'll be able to do it though. That cooling rack or cooling thing is doing quite nice. Their bedrooms are not too warm. Let's get another one in the refrigerator for now. Another spacecraft has fallen. Okay, so that rawhide finished, and now we have rawhide sitting somewhere. Here it is. Nope, that's a clay chunk. I don't know where they put the rawhide, but it is done. And we have rawhide now, which is nice. Somewhere. What is that? A heat wave. Oh, great. We don't really have any way to combat a heat wave. Yeah, where did they put the rawhide? Because it's not... Oh, here we go. It shows 7 leathers. Do those go in here? Ah, here they are. 7 rawhide leather, which is good because we're going to want that for crafting stuff. Right now, I'm still anxious to get this blueprint. Duffy has been busy making planks, which got used to create these, and then I set this water gathering spot up to be gathering water. So they've been working on that as well. We've got heat stroke. Guys, go inside. It's a little bit cooler in there. Not significantly, but it is a little bit... Let's get another cooler in there. Anywhere else we can get... I guess we need one in, like, every room. Can't get... That room is so tiny. Just get them, like, everywhere we can. Yeah, you guys are in the heat, but there's not much we can do about that. You're gonna be mad. Needs sweaty. You're not suffering from heat stroke though, so that is all that matters. Hobbs, what about you? Yeah, everybody's fine. Everybody's okay there. And it cooled down a little bit inside in some of the rooms. So we'll be okay. So we're at a point now where, like, Hobbs is ready to be recruited. We're going to have Duffy wake up and just go right over to talk to Hobbs, which will give us another person. But everybody is in really bad moods because of the heat. And it's going to get a little bit better. It's cooler inside now, which is good. And I think that'll help a little bit. Come on. Come on. Join us, Hobbs. Join us. Very good. We have a worker. Okay, so we're going to come in here and set Hobbs to 1 on the key things. And then we're going to remind ourselves, what do we have? Animals as a passion, and intellectual and artistic. And a good shooter. So actually, I want Hobbs to be our hunter. So Meki is going to have to give up that gun. Construction? No, you don't need to do construction if you don't have it. I'll have you do fishing, though. And research. Okay. So wait, what did we take? I took Meki off of hunting. So Meki is going to do cooking, art, and then hauling and cleaning, which will be good. I wouldn't mind Meki also doing crafting. Okay. So then we're going to get rid of that bed. And we need to get a bedroom right away. So we did not get our brick in time. So what we're going to do is we're going to make some bigger bedrooms because this wall is going to be the fireplace wall. So I'm going to put a wall here. And then we'll go like that. So we can get a room here and a room here. And we'll have a door there because this here is going to be... Let's chop this all down. This is going to be the new hallway. And I think, like, this room we're going to get rid of. These two are going to be new bedrooms, and Duffy's going to get a new one of them as her room. And then Hobbs will get the other room. But Ernest, you better work quickly on all of this. Party. Meckie's suddenly in a good mood. So I guess that's good. And we have this room now that they can have their little party in. Hobbs is over fishing. We're going to have plenty of fish. The fish are going to go bad. But that's alright. Meckie got some water. Just kind of watching what all of them do. So yeah, we can't make the ice in there. But they're still putting water in there. I don't know if it evaporates or what. It's overheating though, so it's not gonna work. Food binge. Ernest is on a food binge. That's fine. We have enough food for now. There's a quest here. We're not gonna go on a quest. And we have a room ready. We're going to get a bed then. Rustic furniture. Don't have enough leather to do a fur bed. We'll go ahead and just do a wooden log bed still. Put that there, and then the other one, we're going to move that when that room is done. Yeah, he's on a binge. So Hobbs is going to be in a terrible mood because they didn't get the bed done in time, so she slept outside on the ground in the heat. She's sweaty. All of that is pretty bad, but thankfully she's very low expectations at this point. And I mean, they all do, but that should help quite a bit. Ernest, we really got to get this bed, dude. As soon as you're done sleeping, which I've decided is now. Go out, make that bed. And this is Hobbs' room. Very good. And we need a cooler in there, though. And then we'll go ahead and build a copy. Put that in there because that is going to be Duffy's room. This can be reinstalled over in there. Same thing with the bed. Very good. We're off to a great start, I think. And as soon as Ernest is done with this, I will be quite satisfied. Yeah, go get... Oh, another raid. They are waiting a little bit. They have a steel golden dag. Okay. They're going to prepare for a little bit. What is this? Unusual silver formation. Okay. So we're going to, again, use this wall here. I want to keep here, first of all, everybody stay in the home area so that you're not far away. Hobbs, do you have a weapon? Get your pickaxe. Okay, everybody has a weapon now. So everybody can participate in our defense. Okay, they're beginning their assault. Everybody, to the fighting area. Meckie, take that spot. Duffy, go over there. Hobbs, there. Ernest, there. Okay, everybody's ready. Meckie, get a shot off. You missed completely. Okay. Melee attack. Overwhelm her. Come on, do it. Duffy got hurt. Bruise and a cracked head. Okay. Now, is this somebody we want? I am Tooth. Good melee. Oh, they're a cannibal. I don't know that I want them. But they're really good at this. I think we gotta do it because we're so early in the game. And we want this to be... We want to have more and more people. So we're going to come in here, get another sleeping spot in here again. This is going to be the prisoner room for now. Oh, you know what? Actually, we're going to put that in here. Might as well. And all of you can be undrafted. Duffy, you're just bruised. So you can go ahead and just capture tooth. And we'll go from there. So that's where we'll stop today. We will continue with this probably next week. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. I hope you liked the video. Be sure to click on the one on the screen. It should be the next one if it's out. Otherwise, it'll be another great video that you will enjoy. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time. Take care.